So I have a problem. This is going to sound a bit like a rant. It's not going to sound a bit like a rant. It is a rant. Scrolling through my For You page this morning, and it's probably been more prevalent over the past couple of weeks about TikTok designers offering their opinions and giving you a set of rules of what you should be doing in your room. The first problem that I have with that is I've been in this game a very long time. I've been involved in the industry for 30 years. I set up Blakely Interiors 15 years ago, a little bit longer than that. So I would consider myself qualified to talk about this. And I've done seminars where I've asked the audience, have you read the interior design rule book? The answer to that is no, you haven't, because there is none. If you're getting interior design advice from somebody who is saying, here are the 5 rules or the 3 rules, this is the format that TikTok seems to follow, it's just not going to work for you. Interior design should be and is so much more nuanced than this. I know that I've done a video, it's got over 100,000 views, about 10 things interior designers notice when we go into your home. Things like, the TV above the fireplace. Well, in a perfect world, we don't want it there. Well, what happens if you have no other option? That's where it has to go. Things like grey. And I know I've done videos about grey, but it's a tone of grey. And ultimately, if you are following a set of rules, you are putting a scheme together that is fitting the exact format that you've been told by your interior designer. Who's that room actually for then? Because that's now being designed with the designer's taste, not yours. So it's always about a matter of opinion. And for me as a designer, what I want to be able to do is to throw out all the relevant information on our table so that we can make an informed choice. That's the key. There's some things that are just not going to be able to change. In new builds, if I have it at planning stage, I can make changes or suggest changes at that stage. But if you're coming to me with a new build, the roof is already on, the windows are already in, and then that's where we have to start from. You're not going to be spending a whole pile of money for those changes. That's where we're at. And that's another thing, it's budgetary controlled as well. So we need to make sure that whenever we're putting schemes together, you're engaging with an interior designer, that your particular taste, your particular style, and indeed your budget is actually considered. So yes, we do want to make the best possible looking room. We want to make it look Instagrammable. We want to be able to have it on TikTok and say, look at our work. But for me, it has to be client specific, has to be your taste. And see, for freaking TikTok trends, as in interior design trends of 2026, who gives a shit? It's a trend for 2026. So what happens next year? What are you going to be looking at then? Are you going to be going, oh well, I went with that because it was the big trend in 2026? Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to look. So we need to really consider what you like and really consider how it's going to work within the space. I've made another video about how I do interior design. It's all about the function of the space. It's about the flow of the space. And then it's about the feel. That's the most important part that people just don't get. People have to understand that, it's about how it makes you feel. It's your room, it's your home. You have to feel comfortable in that. And I want to be able to do a room 10, 12 years of a lifespan. That's really what you're looking for. So is a 2026 trend going to tick that box? I don't freaking think so. So you need to be able to look at the design process, have somebody who's going to guide you through that, and somebody who's going to be bloody honest with you. I think that's my rant over. Actually, it's not. The other thing as well that I've seen on my For You page is, the classifying or grading styles. A tier, S tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. who are they to offer opinion about what tier that goes into? Because if you like the D tier, well then that's your taste. So you can't be told that you have bad taste. Everybody has taste. All we need to do is to be able to take that there, roll it up in that package so that it fits your room. We're able to move around that space. You're able to use it for what it's meant to be used for. You get that wonderful feeling. That room gives you a hug, that it puts an arm around you, whatever feeling you are after. That is the most important thing. You are the client, not the designer, you.